Did you know that in 2025, over 65% of UK families say they feel more exhausted now than at any other point in the last decade, even though they're spending more hours at work and paying higher living costs than ever before? Something doesn't add up. Why are families working harder, yet feeling poorer, sicker, and more trapped in a cycle of stress? It's not just about money or mortgages. It's about hidden daily struggles that silently drain energy, focus, and peace of mind. From overcrowded homes to social media comparisons, the pressure is constant, and it's reshaping family life in ways few are talking about. Stay with me, because the truth behind these struggles may surprise you. Number 1. Work-life imbalance and productivity trap. In today's UK, the modern family often finds itself caught in a relentless loop of long working hours, commutes, and endless digital notifications, yet somehow still feels like there's never enough time to catch up. The culture of overtime has quietly become the new normal, where leaving the office on time feels like a guilty luxury, and answering late-night emails is seen as dedication rather than overextension. This always-on work mode blurs the line between professional and personal life, leaving little room for rest, hobbies, or even meaningful family conversations. Research in occupational health reveals that chronic overwork doesn't just lead to physical fatigue, it actively reduces mental sharpness, weakens memory retention, and shortens attention span. It's why so many parents describe feeling like they're constantly running on fumes, unable to concentrate fully at work while also missing out on the moments that make family life meaningful. The trap is subtle but powerful. The more hours families pour into work, the less efficient they become, which in turn fuels the belief that even more hours are needed to compensate. Imagine a phone that's never given the chance to recharge. Eventually, it doesn't matter how much you push it, the battery won't last. This is the same cycle families are stuck in today. Yet, solutions don't always require a grand overhaul. Sometimes they begin with something as simple as reclaiming 1 hour a day. This is where the protected hour rule comes in, an intentional, non-negotiable block of time set aside daily for family, self-care, or personal recharge. Whether it's sitting together for a distraction-free dinner, reading with your child, or simply going for a walk without your phone, this hour becomes a shield against burnout and a quiet rebellion against the culture of overwork. Studies on productivity confirm that people who take structured breaks not only perform better but also sustain healthier emotional balance. For UK families, adopting this small yet powerful habit can mean the difference between living constantly exhausted and rediscovering moments of peace and connection. The imbalance is real, but so is the opportunity to step back, reset, and protect the time that truly matters. Number 2. Housing and space constraints. For many families in the UK, the walls of their homes feel like they are slowly closing in. Rising rent prices, coupled with the shrinking size of affordable housing, have forced countless households into smaller and more cramped living conditions than ever before. A 2-bedroom flat that once comfortably housed a small family now doubles as a workplace, a classroom, and a personal retreat, all crammed into one limited space. This lack of physical room isn't just an inconvenience. It has a direct psychological cost. Studies in environmental psychology show that insufficient personal space can increase irritability, reduce patience, and heighten conflict within households. Parents often report snapping at their children more quickly, and couples describe tensions rising not from major disagreements but from the simple frustration of feeling boxed in. The stress compounds when every corner of the home carries the weight of multiple functions. Imagine trying to meditate in a kitchen that doubles as your office, your child's study desk, and the family's dining room. Without clear boundaries, the brain struggles to switch between modes of work, relaxation, and family time, leaving everyone feeling unsettled. Yet, even in small spaces, there are creative ways to carve out pockets of peace. The concept of mini wellness corners offers a practical solution, dedicating even the tiniest spot of the home purely for rest and renewal. It might be a chair placed by a sunny window, a quiet reading nook with noise-canceling headphones, or a few potted plants arranged on a balcony to create the illusion of a garden. These small sanctuaries provide the mind with a cue to slow down, disconnect, and reset, even if only for a few minutes each day. Research shows that even brief exposure to natural light or greenery can reduce stress hormones and improve mental clarity. For children, having their own designated calm corner, with books or simple activities, can also ease anxiety and give them a sense of control. While UK families may not have the luxury of spacious homes, they can still reclaim harmony by rethinking how space is used. It's less about square footage and more about intentional design, creating zones that remind every member of the family that peace, however small, is always possible within their own walls. Number 3. Financial pressure. Beyond the visible struggles of space and time, one of the heaviest burdens UK families carry in 2025 is the constant strain of financial pressure. Rising energy bills, food prices climbing higher with each supermarket trip, and childcare fees that rival mortgage payments leave little room for savings or security. On the surface, many households appear to be managing. Jobs are steady and incomes flow in, but underneath, hidden costs steadily eat away at family budgets. From ever-increasing council taxes to unplanned expenses like car repairs or school supplies, families often feel like they're running a financial treadmill, expending endless effort but never getting ahead. Psychologists describe the effect of this as background stress, the kind that hums constantly in the mind, draining focus and energy even when you're not actively thinking about it. It's like having 20 tabs open on your browser. You may only be using one, but the rest are silently slowing everything down. This hidden worry infiltrates daily life, making parents more irritable, sleep more restless, and decision-making less clear. Over time, the strain of living paycheck to paycheck erodes not just bank balances but also mental health and family relationships. Yet even within these pressures, small, practical adjustments can create a surprising sense of control. One approach is micro-budgeting, a technique that shifts the focus from overwhelming monthly totals to small, daily choices that feel achievable. Instead of trying to overhaul the entire family budget, micro-budgeting asks simple questions like, can I save £2 today by swapping one purchase for a cheaper option? Or, can we track just the cost of snacks this week? By breaking finances into tiny, trackable steps, families reduce the mental weight of money management. The progress may feel small at first, but consistency builds momentum, creating both financial breathing room and psychological relief. In fact, studies on behavioral economics show that the act of tracking small expenses improves awareness and reduces impulsive spending, leading to better long-term stability. For families feeling crushed under invisible costs, these micro-adjustments serve as proof that control, though limited, is still possible. It's not about perfection or deprivation. It's about finding manageable ways to protect financial and emotional well-being in an economy where every penny seems to slip away faster than the last. Number 4. Comparison culture. In many UK households today, the struggle isn't just about bills or housing, it's also about the invisible weight carried in the palm of the hand. Social media, while often celebrated as a tool for connection, has quietly become a source of relentless comparison and hidden stress. Families scrolling through feeds are bombarded with curated snapshots of perfect lives, immaculate homes, exotic holidays, children dressed in coordinated outfits, and parents who seem to juggle careers and family effortlessly. Against this backdrop, everyday reality, messy kitchens, missed deadlines, tired faces, can feel painfully inadequate. Studies in psychology have shown that overexposure to these filtered portrayals lowers self-esteem and increases the release of stress hormones like cortisol, leaving families more anxious and less satisfied with their own lives. It's not that these images are false, but that they are incomplete, highlighting the highlight reel while skipping the struggles behind the scenes. This constant comparison creates an exhausting mental loop. Parents wonder why they can't afford what others flaunt, children question why their lives don't look as exciting, and couples feel pressured to present a version of themselves online that doesn't reflect reality. The result is not only dissatisfaction but also fragmented attention, as family members spend more time looking at screens than at each other. The solution doesn't have to be abandoning technology altogether, but rather reclaiming boundaries around its use. One practical step is setting screen curfews, particularly in the evening hours when the mind should be winding down. Research shows that even 1 hour of tech-free time before bed improves sleep quality, reduces anxiety, and boosts mood the following day. This could mean replacing the late-night scroll with reading, journaling, or simply talking as a family. Parents can also model healthier digital habits, teaching children that devices serve us, not the other way around. By consciously limiting exposure to the endless comparison culture, families create more space for genuine connection and self-acceptance. In a world where social media often dictates what success should look like, stepping back allows households to redefine happiness on their own terms, not through someone else's carefully chosen filter. Number 5. Community and connections. One of the quietest yet most profound struggles UK families face in 2025 is the feeling of being alone, even while surrounded by people. Cities are more crowded than ever, with packed buses, bustling high streets, and endless streams of faces, yet many households report feeling increasingly isolated. It's a strange paradox, being physically surrounded but emotionally disconnected. As one relatable metaphor puts it, it's like having hundreds of online friends, yet no one to call in an emergency. This sense of disconnection carries heavy costs. Research shows that strong offline community ties don't just add joy to life, they actively boost productivity, strengthen mental health, and even extend longevity. Families with close-knit circles of neighbors, extended relatives, or local groups often cope better with financial stress, illness, or daily setbacks because they have real support to lean on. But in today's fast-paced, digitally dominated world, community bonds have thinned. Parents spend more time juggling work and screens than engaging with neighbors. Children are more likely to interact online than play outside, and family rituals like shared meals or weekend visits have quietly faded into the background. The result is a society where many feel they must face struggles alone, which amplifies stress and diminishes resilience. Yet, rebuilding connection doesn't have to be complicated or grand. It begins with small, intentional steps. Local meetups, whether at a park or community hall, offer families a chance to create real bonds. Volunteering not only helps others but also creates a sense of belonging and shared purpose. Even something as simple as reintroducing family rituals, weekly dinners, Sunday walks, or storytelling nights, can restore a sense of stability and togetherness within the household. These practices act as anchors, reminding families that life isn't meant to be lived in isolation but in shared moments of support and joy. Studies consistently highlight that people with strong communities recover faster from stress, make better long-term decisions, and report higher levels of satisfaction. For UK families navigating the pressures of modern life, rediscovering the power of community may well be the missing piece that transforms survival into genuine well-being. Number 6. Health and natural remedies. Stress doesn't just stay in the mind, it makes its way into the body, often in ways families may not immediately connect. For many in the UK, constant pressure from work, finances, and daily survival shows up as restless sleep, digestive issues, frequent colds, or even unexplained fatigue. Poor sleep disrupts memory and focus, gut imbalances create mood swings and anxiety, and weakened immunity means more sick days that add yet another layer of worry. It's a silent cycle where the body is constantly signaling distress, but the signals are brushed aside because there's no time to slow down. Yet, natural remedies, simple, accessible, and time-friendly, can make a profound difference. Something as small as a warm cup of chamomile tea before bed can calm the nervous system, reduce tension, and prepare the body for deeper rest. Magnesium, often lacking in modern diets, supports muscle relaxation and steadies the heart rate, making it a powerful ally against stress-induced insomnia. Morning sunlight exposure, even just 10 minutes by a window or during a quick walk, resets the body's internal clock, boosting mood and energy through vitamin D production. Evening walks, too, act as a gentle reset, giving the body time to transition from the overstimulation of screens and responsibilities into a calmer state. These aren't just folk remedies. Studies consistently show that natural interventions improve focus, sharpen cognitive function, and stabilize emotions. For families juggling endless demands, such small rituals become powerful tools to reclaim health without requiring expensive treatments or hours of free time they don't have. Think of it like tuning an instrument. Each small adjustment brings the body closer to harmony, making it more resilient against daily stressors. By weaving these practices into daily routines, households not only strengthen their physical well-being but also indirectly boost productivity, patience, and clarity. A calmer mind means better decisions. A healthier gut means steadier moods. Stronger immunity means fewer disruptions to work and school. While the struggles of modern UK life may not vanish overnight, these natural remedies act as protective shields, quiet, consistent practices that help families restore balance in a world that constantly tries to tip the scales. Number 7. Education and pressure on children. For many UK families in 2025, one of the most relentless sources of strain is the growing pressure placed on children within the education system. Rising tuition fees, competitive entrance exams, and the unspoken expectation to excel in both academics and extracurriculars create an environment where stress is no longer confined to the classroom. It spills directly into the home. Parents, often stretched thin financially, feel the weight of investing in their children's future through private tutoring, exam preparation, or saving for university. Children, in turn, absorb this pressure, internalizing the belief that their worth is tied to grades and achievements. Psychologists warn that children under constant academic stress often mirror their anxiety at home, becoming withdrawn, irritable, or overly perfectionistic, which disrupts overall family harmony. Dinner tables once meant for conversations and laughter can turn into tense discussions about test results or missed assignments. This cycle not only undermines children's mental well-being but also chips away at the family's ability to bond and recharge together. The stress becomes collective, with parents lying awake worrying about costs and expectations while children silently shoulder the burden of performance. Yet, families can begin to break this cycle by intentionally carving out non-academic family time. Simple activities like board games, cooking a meal together, or taking evening walks allow children to reconnect with parents in a space free from judgment or pressure. These moments signal to children that their value extends far beyond grades, that they are loved and supported for who they are, not just what they achieve. Research in child development highlights that strong emotional bonds and regular leisure activities significantly boost resilience, creativity, and problem-solving skills. In fact, children who feel secure at home often perform better academically because their stress levels are lower and their minds are freer to absorb and apply knowledge. By creating these pockets of balance, families not only protect their children's mental health but also strengthen the household as a whole. Education remains important, but when it overshadows joy, connection, and rest, the cost is far too high. By stepping back and prioritizing family rituals, households can remind themselves that true success isn't measured in test scores alone, but in the strength, happiness, and resilience of the next generation. Number 8. Uncertainty about the future. Perhaps one of the most draining struggles families face in the UK today isn't what's happening right now, but the constant fear of what might happen tomorrow. Shifting government policies, changing visa rules, rising pension concerns, and unpredictable living costs all create a sense of instability that lingers in the background of everyday life. Families feel like they are planning their lives on shaky ground. It's like trying to build a house on sand, where the ground never feels steady beneath you. Parents worry whether pensions will provide enough security when they retire, immigrants fear sudden changes in visa requirements that could disrupt their stability, and younger generations question whether they'll ever afford homes or stable careers. This uncertainty breeds a quiet but persistent anxiety, the kind that doesn't always show up in conversations but weighs heavily during sleepless nights and tense mornings. It influences decisions both big and small, whether to buy a house, whether to expand the family, even whether to spend on a holiday or save for a rainy day. Over time, this constant state of not knowing erodes confidence and makes families hesitant to plan for the future, trapping them in survival mode rather than growth mode. Yet while no one can control the shifting tides of national policies or economic markets, families can regain some peace of mind by anchoring themselves in what is within their control. Establishing consistent routines, such as regular meal times, prioritizing healthy sleep, and nurturing community ties, create stability that acts as a buffer against external chaos. These habits ground families in the present, giving them a sense of rhythm and normalcy even when the world outside feels unpredictable. Alongside these daily anchors, adopting flexible, long-term strategies also helps. Saving in small, steady increments, diversifying income where possible, and keeping options open in career and lifestyle choices. This approach acknowledges uncertainty but transforms it into preparation rather than paralysis. Families may not be able to control the waves, but they can strengthen their boats. By balancing daily stability with adaptable planning, households can face the unknown with more confidence, reminding themselves that while the future may remain uncertain, resilience and unity can make it less frightening. So tell me, if everything changed tomorrow, what would you hold on to first? The endless grind, or the moments that actually make life worth living? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you found value here, don't miss my previous video. It connects perfectly with this one. We put a lot of effort into making these for you, so please support us. Hit that subscribe button, it's just one click.